And one. What is up, everybody? It's Zachary Reality, and welcome back to Zachary Reality. We are here with a very special guest today, Irina. Oh my god, your name says Ariba. It says
It's because I
Riba.
was typing it really fast. Oh,
Oh my god, can you fix it?
yeah, let's do
If
that.
not, like,
No,
guys,
I'll
it's
fix it.
okay. Fix it while we chat. We're gonna be chatting Battle Camp today. So if you guys just saw Irina, there we go. She was on Netflix's Battle Camp. It was a crossover spin-off show about a bunch of people competing for $250,000. When you first heard this concept, what made you decide you wanted to do it?
Well, I wanted to prove myself a little bit, and then also I was happy it wasn't a dating show because I didn't want to go somewhere where no one would pick me. That was like my worst fear. So I was like, camp. I've done camp before, and it just
Mm,
sounded so much fun. Like I don't know. I was like, oh, they were kept saying it was gonna be like a really like family friendly, fun show, and I was like, oh, like the stakes are so low. What could possibly go wrong?
right. Well, you were like, I need less drama and chaos than Love is Blind.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this will be like fun, and I was a little worried that it was gonna be like Survivor. Thank God it wasn't like that bad, but
I mean, some of the challenges were hard. Like, I couldn't
yeah.
do the ice bucket. I don't think I'd be scared of heights, the
Dude, yeah,
lake.
that's so true. It was way higher because the elevation was really high, so everything was really high. But I feel like I was so tired the whole time. Like every time we had to do a challenge, I was like, oh. Versus now
Mm,
watching it back, I'm like, oh my gosh, that looks so much fun. Like it looks so much fun versus when you're in it. It was yeah, it was challenging.
for sure. Now, I'm pretty sure you turned down Perfect Match before, right?
No, they reached out to me and like I think like a year ago, like for the second one, I think, or the
Mm.
first one, the second one, I think, or the third one, I can't remember, but it just didn't go anywhere. It was yeah.
But they wanted you on this show, Battle Camp.
I was like so excited when they told me about it, and then I was like so happy when I got like officially casted. I was like, oh my gosh! And then also finding out there was no other Love Is Blind people. I feel like Love Is Blind has such a crazy following and so many people
Mm.
that could have been on it. So I was like honestly so honored and shocked that I was the only one.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
people
did
believe.
you feel like your reputation from Love is Blind came into effect? Because we'll get into how you went home, but some people were saying you might have been like an easy vote because it was so early and there wasn't that much
Yeah.
time. Like, did you feel like a cloud coming over you, or did it feel like
Okay,
a fresh start?
so I will say this: everyone was so sweet, and I don't think anyone really watched Love Is Blind. Maybe a couple people. I think they've heard of
Mm,
it, maybe heard of me, but like no one really knew. I don't think anyone really watched each other's shows for the most part.
mm,
But everyone was so sweet. I think that was like one of my favorite things. Like everyone from the cast is like actually such a good person. I think me and Chase were like one of the only, not to throw him under the bus, like the only time I saw in the comments was like, oh, I can't believe Irina's on here. I can't believe Chase was not on here. Those are the only two. But at the
mhm.
end, but at the end of the day, like he's actually so, so sweet. And I was really
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah, of
So
course.
I feel like they casted a really nice cast. Like everyone on there
Mhm.
is like is actually a good person deep down, even if they look like spicy or whatever it is. Like everyone was like a really good person. But everyone was really kind, really friendly. Not to ramble and bamble on, but the day I got voted to go home, I like didn't see anyone. Like I wasn't around people all day because we were doing that ice challenge,
Mm,
and it didn't show this, but basically that thing took all day. They actually made us go in the water, get out, and they didn't tell us how long we were in it. But then we had to like take breaks because we were like close to getting hypothermia. So they were like,
mm,
"Hey, we need to like get you guys out of the water for an hour," and we weren't allowed to talk to anyone during that time.
mm.
And I was just like super in my head. Wait, I feel like I'm rambling. Is it fine if I tell the story?
Keep going. No, I wanna know. We all wanna
So
know.
basically, and I was actually doing really good. Like I
Mhm,
in my head was like, oh, I got this. Like no part of me wanted to get out. I was like on fire. I was having so much fun. I loved it.
mhm,
And then we were going like really far, and then we were all like really cold. Like we would wait like an hour after getting back in, and during that time, we weren't allowed to like talk to anyone. And then they were like, all of a sudden, they were like, hey, we actually have to, you guys are like about to get hypothermia. So we're actually changing the rules and we're going to make you hold your breath underwater.
which is
And
kind of
so, yes, I
ridiculous.
can't hold my breath for
Who
anything.
can?
And I knew I was going to lose. I was so sad. And that's why I'm being so emotional. Also, I'm pretty sure I was like going to start my period. I was
Yeah,
in my
yeah.
mid-year phase. So I was like so emotional. And I know people were like, why are you crying? But like, I literally wanted to prove myself to my team. I feel like my team was so like, Gabby, Louie, Trey, like they were so strong. They
Mhm,
were so focused. And I was like really unsure of myself. I was like, I don't know. Like I really doubted myself.
mm.
And so like this was my chance to be like, okay, I'm gonna show them that I'm so strong. And I feel like I finally clicked for me. And then when I lost, instead of like talking to them, I went and I didn't talk to them like that whole, I think it was for like 5 hours or something. And then right after the
Wow.
challenge ended, I went to my room and cried for 2 hours. And
Mm.
I was like so in my head. I remember a producer came up to me and she was like, Irina, like you need to go out there. Like this is just a game. And I was like, I lost. Like I was so emotional, so weird. Looking back, I'm like, dude, I should have came out and like talked to them and been like, hey guys, like I know that I've been like this and I want to like make it up, but I couldn't do it. And then I
Mm.
went to the showers, yada yada. Like no one was really saying anything to me. The vibe was weird, but I thought I was just in my head. Like I had honestly like not to like blame it on mental health, but I feel like I just felt like that feeling where you kind of feel left out or no one likes you. And I was like, dude, am I wanted here? Like, should I even be here? And kind of really doubting myself. And then I was thinking, like, hey, it's all in your head. Like, you're overthinking it. You're fine. And then there was a moment where, like, the moment I talked to Trey and I'm talking to Trey and I'm like, and he, tells me we have this heart to heart. He's like, hey, you have nothing to worry about. And then like later that night, Gabby comes up to me and this is when I kind of was like, what? Like I was so confused because she went up to me and she was like, I think we were going to be really good friends after this. And I was like, what does that mean? And she's being nice. And I was like, what? Like, I thought maybe she was scared she was going to go home because all of us were on the wheel. And then she was
Mm.
like, I think you're going to learn a lot from this. And she said that to me. She's like, I think you're going to learn a lot from that. And I was like, huh? Like, I remember being like, what? And I was like, am I going, like, I was like, but I was like, okay, whatever. I'm overthinking it,
Mhm.
It was very
Damn, that was her way of telling
important.
you that maybe you were gonna go home. And I think it seems like you were so upset because you were blindsided, right? And maybe you isolated yourself for a couple hours, which gave
Yes.
people room to talk. Like you're not supposed to remove yourself from the chat.
Yes, yes. And I think, but it did hurt. Like, I came from Love is Blind where, like, I got so much hate from it. And then I was like, hey, I'm actually not that bad of a person. And then I go on this show, and then it shows, like, everyone voting me out. And, like, yeah, that was so, I think in my heart, I was just like, that's so embarrassing. That, like, because I honestly did feel like I know we were only in there for like a few days, but I did feel like had like so many deep conversations with like Louie and Gabby. Like we would tell stories all the time at night. Like
Mhm.
I literally like prayed for everyone before we
Yeah.
went out into the boat. Like there's like I remember Louis the day, like the moment before we were going on the wheel, he was getting really emotional. And like I was really close to him. Like we had a lot of really good conversations. That's Tony.
Yeah.
Because just kidding. Anyway, and he was getting really emotional, and I was like, why is he getting so emotional? Like that's so weird. Why is he like being so sad? Like he wouldn't look at me, and I was like, what's up with him? Like we didn't really talk that day at all.
Mm.
And then I literally went and comforted him. Like he was sitting on the bed and I was like hugging him and I was like, are you okay? Like we're all talking. And then I like prayed for everyone. I was like, I love you guys. Like whatever happens tonight, it's gonna be okay. And then yeah, so when I went out there, I was like, no fucking way. Like no. And then I just felt like I just felt so sad. I was like, oh my gosh, I thought these people were my friends. Like, what did I do? Like I originally thought maybe like someone from my team plotted to
Mm.
vote me out and try to convince everyone because I wasn't like playing well or
Mm.
yeah. And so
And
it but
you got a lot of votes.
all of the votes. I think I broke the record for the most votes.
It was 11 votes. But that's the thing. It's like in these competition games, like in the beginning, they find someone and everyone's just like, okay, let's just vote them because everyone wants to make it past the
Yeah.
first round. So
Yeah.
that's
And then
all
I
it
also
was. It
yeah.
wasn't personal.
I hope, yeah, I realized that, but I was like so devastated, and especially like imagine crying all day, having a really hard day, doubting yourself, and then being in your head, and then having everyone vote you out. I was truly like in shock. I ran out, and I literally was like sobbing. I couldn't breathe. I was like, I'm not going back out there. And the producers and everyone was like, Irina, Irina, like it's fine. I went back in, and then I had all this courage, and I was like, you know what? If this is meant to be. Like I'm gonna forgive them. It's okay. Like I
Hmm.
could see it wasn't easy for them. There's Gabby crying, and like Louis upset. Like everyone seems really sad, and I was like. I know how this looks and I don't know like what's going on, but like I'm gonna like choose this moment to accept this and be like, you know what? Like,
Hmm.
and it doesn't show me saying that, but I tell them, I'm like, hey, I forgive you guys. Like, I know this probably wasn't a hard, like, this is a hard decision and all that. And I kind of feel like I said everything I needed to say. Like, I was proud of me watching back. Like, people are like, fake tears. Absolutely not. Like, that was so, that was like so, no. And then people are like, that's so dramatic. I was like, no, I was that, like, I literally thought my life was over. Like, I was so sad. And
Yeah.
then I woke up the next day and I was like, oh, it's a game. I'm going to be okay.
Yeah, it was just so long. Like I felt like it was like 30 minutes of you going home. Like there was just it was so drawn out and dramatic and you ran and then you came back. Like I definitely felt for you. But it was a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah, it was a
But
lot.
so how did you feel watching it back and seeing how it all played out? And obviously, spoiler alert, Lorenzo ended up winning. I'm sure you were happy for him.
You know what? Yeah, no, I was so happy for him. I literally remember like couple like a day or two before that, me and him are walking, and he was like, "I really like you, I like your humor," because we had like very similar humor too, where like we were like band. So I like love. I knew it right away. I was like, he's gonna be the star of the show. Like he's so
Mhm.
funny. Like everything he says, I just want to like write down because it's like so fun. I just want anyway. He's so hilarious. I love him. But wait, what was your question? I'm like, you
Are you happy
said,
he won,
oh,
or were you
watching it back.
surprised?
Oh,
Yeah.
I think only thing I was so surprised at was Gio. That Gio was saying that like he didn't like me because I was like, what the heck? I remember talking to him all the time, like, how are you? Like, I felt bad that he was here because he was from Selling OC, and I know they're so like bougie when they shoot. And so I was like, oh my gosh, this is
Yeah,
like
yeah.
must be like not fun for him. And I remember always talking to him and like in the bathroom, like, how are you? Who'd you guys vote for? Like, and so hearing him being like, Irina's my least favorite, I was like, what the? Like and when he came back, he was like, we all like I wrote him like a message, and he was like, oh, we all love you, like blah blah blah, no hard feelings. Like it was crazy in there, and like, and then like we always like each other's stuff. Like we're I don't know, where everyone's very like
Mhm.
supportive and stuff. And so when I watched that back, I was like, I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay, the
Okay.
Marshall place. But I was just so yeah, I was so
Mm,
shocked. I was like, wait, that was the most thing that I was like, wait, what? Or then seeing how it played out with the flags, because I feel like
mm.
that's not how it went in my head, but it's fine.
Yeah. Did you have any takes on QT and Avery's feud?
It's weird because I thought it was really entertaining. Like when I found out like Avery was getting a lot of hate, I was like, whoa, like this is such good TV. Like this, it's not that like it's not personal. Like I don't think it was personal. It was strictly like game style. And I also think that like maybe they felt like sisters towards each other because they were
Mhm.
like I don't know, they were in the same team. They're always together. You see a point where QT is kind of like, okay, I'm getting annoyed of like Avery, you know? And so I feel like they were like almost like sisters. When you're hanging out too much around each other, you're kind of like, ugh, you get annoyed of each other. So my guess was that like that kind of happened. And then, but
Mm.
I don't think like I truly think that Avery in her head was just playing a game. Like she wasn't trying to be malicious and all this. Like she was literally playing a game. She was super strategic. She was overthinking, and she did that. But like they're friends now, and like
Yeah.
I think yeah.
I mean, can you spell advantage?
Don't. I can't spell anything.
It's
Thank God.
Advantage. That does feel like an easy word, but she was under pressure.
Yeah, that's
Was there any
true.
challenges that you saw that you were like, damn, I wish I was there to compete in that one? Because I like the spelling one. I thought that was
Oh,
fun.
the food one. Oh, that one, the food one where no,
No.
no, no, sorry, not the tarantula. But the food one where they had to like fake or like they had to like
Oh,
do
the hot
that
dog
one,
spicy
the
thing?
hot sauce and like gross. Like that
Uh,
one was so fun to watch. But I was like, oh, I think I could do that
oh
one.
God. But back to what you were saying earlier, it's kind of evil to make them hold their breath underwater. Like that's how people drown and die.
Yeah, that's kind of dark. I can't believe they did that. I was so mad. But honestly, like I think watching it back too, seeing Georgia, like how good she was at everything too, I was like,
He killed
holy,
it.
I was like so jealous. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm green with jealousy. Like, how is she so good at everything? But like also she's so pretty and so nice. I love her. And I'm like, I don't know. I think everyone I'm a big fan girl of her.
Me
But
too. Me too.
I do honestly think like generally everyone from camp is like such a good person. And you know, we had the premiere, we had like a few parties last week in LA, and it was so fun seeing everyone and hanging out, and like everyone just gets along so well, and it was such a good time to be around everyone and kind of like
Hmm.
all like, you know, feeling the same, like really just being supportive. I feel like everyone is so supportive and so kind, and like I just feel like you don't see that with like reality TV people. I feel like it's really rare to find a really good group of like a really good cast, and I feel like
Yeah.
we did season one well.
Yeah, because we were talking about how this show was just much more feel good. It was competitive, but like no one got their heart broken at the end. No one got their
Yeah.
feelings hurt. You didn't really have to
Yeah.
blindside anyone because a huge part of this game was luck. Because like even if your name was on that wheel one time, you could screw you over and you could go home. Do you think there should be any improvements or changes to the rules or the wheel for season two if we get renewed?
There should be like a vote. Actually, this is really random. I was thinking, but yeah, there should be like a vote. Like if it lands one time, there's an option for people to like vote like live, not live.
Oh,
Well, not people, but like the cast to be like
mm,
raise your hand if you want to do like a respin or not.
mm.
Kind of like the giving
Okay.
a second, just something like another twist. This is so random, but I think they should make everyone do chores.
Oh no.
I
But
don't know
yeah,
why.
that's not a bad
And for the
idea.
punishments, I feel like it'd be really campy, but I feel like everyone should have like daily chores because then you can like have much more drama, like kind of like funny drama. I feel like that would be like
Mm.
really campy.
That makes sense.
Um,
I went to sleepaway camp as a kid. We had to do chores. I hated them.
I know, I don't know. I think it would be so funny to watch people do chores, but like I also think that they should have like ended it with bloopers. Like it was kind of random. It was
Oh,
like Lorenzo won, and then it was just like over. Like I wish they
mhm.
like had bloopers or something like silly like that to like really tie in the thing. But
Yeah, and what did you think about the lake and the accommodations and the camp? Like, I know you were only there for, like, so
yeah.
long, but did you enjoy your time there?
Okay, well, the food was often cold, but it's because I'm like so hungry all the time. I feel like I eat all the time, so I was just like picky on that end. It was
Mm,
freezing there at night. It was so cold at night, and then yeah, it was really really cold at night. We had like heated beds, which was nice, but it was really cold and really hot during the day, and just like high elevation. Like you would walk like a little bit, and you just be like out of breath. Like you never felt like you had enough
mm.
oxygen, which kind of felt exhausting. But it
Mm.
was so beautiful there, and like honestly, all the producers were so amazing. I feel like it was overall it's a good experience.
I love that. Now, I also know that you have a boyfriend. Can you tell us a little bit about him?
Oh my gosh, so this is my brother's best friend since I was a kid. So I've known him since I was a kid. So I was like a
Oh.
lot younger. And I feel like I always had a crush on him. It was like my brother's, my older brother's friend, best friend.
Mm,
But like obviously I was a little dweeb back then, still I am. But basically, like I always had a crush when I was younger. And then we didn't see each other for like 7, 8 years. Like he went to college, we went our separate ways. And then like 2 years ago, we both had COVID and my brother had COVID, and we were like having New Year's at my brother's house, and we kind of like remingled, and we ended up staying like going to the Space Needle and watching the fireworks and like staying up to like 4 a.m. talking, and then
the
I think
rest
we're
is
yeah
history.
we're having our 1 year. Well, we were like on and off for a while, but we're having our 1 year this month.
Oh, that's so exciting. And how does your brother feel about it?
He actually loves it. I'm really close to my family, so that's like really fun. I feel like we all get along like really well. We always all hang out, and so it makes it like that much more fun. That it's always like they love him more than me at this point, like my family. So
Right. Well, it's
wait,
nice to
yeah.
see you found love and to see you have so much growth and, be so
Uh,
evolved and so fun loving from when we first got started, a couple years back.
yeah.
You've come a long way. I mean, how has it been with the fans and the audience? I'm sure people really loved watching you on this show.
Yeah. It's actually, yeah, it's been really good. I mean, what I'm thankful for is obviously for Love is Blind, I got so much hate. And some a lot of people always thought it was funny, the real ones. But for
Hmm.
this show, I feel like a majority of people feel bad for me. Like everyone's like, oh my gosh, I cried when I watched that. And so I'm like, that's good. That's
Yeah, yeah.
good. Some empathy. And then some people are like, Karma's a bitch, which I knew that would either be like one or the other. Either people would be like, thank God you got voted out, or people, like felt like they had a lot of empathy for me. So
Mm.
I'll take what I can get.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, before I let you go, we'll do rapid fire questions.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you a question. You'll say someone on your cast. So
Okay.
it could be anybody. Who was the most fun for you to film with?
Louis.
Okay. I mean, this is a hard question, but so you have to drink. Who is your least favorite to play with?
Looking back now, oh wait, sorry. Go back to the picture of the cast.
Yeah, yeah. Who would maybe your biggest competition?
Shuby. No, no, no. I meant like biggest competition Shuby because he's so nice. You can't beat him. So, but not
Mm-hmm.
that. Maybe looking back now, I would say Geo.
Right, especially because he made that comment.
Yes. No, I mean,
Other than Lorenzo, who would you have liked to see win, or who did you think deserved it after watching the show?
Mm. Honestly, a lot of me like says Shuby because I'm like this is like his third show and he just is like such a rallier. He is who like he's the same person every day. He treats everyone so kindly. Like he's the
Hmm.
true heart of gold.
Yeah, he
And I
is.
feel like a lot of people were saying that and I was like honestly like this man deserves everything. And also
Hmm.
just because I think Georgia did so good in the competitions, I honestly thought she won originally. We didn't even know. I for some reason thought she won.
No one told you, or like you're not
We
supposed
like
to,
didn't
but
they were like trolling, but I didn't like try not to read it because like we have a group message, so we like all talk in it. But I was like trying not to see or like I don't know why I like assumed she won. And so when I found out it was Lorenzo, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. And as you should,
mm,
he was like, yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Wait, who do you think was the class couple of the camp? I mean, we saw a few flirty romances, kind of.
Honestly, like I feel like if Georgia wasn't dating anyone, I wonder if her and Chase would have ended up because I feel like a lot of people also saw like a whole nother side of Chase on this. Like I didn't get to film with him, but I met him last week and he is actually so sweet. It
Yeah,
was really
he is.
surprising because I remember like hearing about him and being like, like not sure like how I would feel about him, and then meeting him in real life, I'm like, he's actually like really, really sweet and he's really funny and he's like a really good person. And I feel like sometimes people kind of like think the wrong idea, but I think he showed a lot of his true colors at camp and people loved it. But I
Mhm.
wonder if Georgia wasn't dating him at the time, if her and Chase would have like actually given it a shot.
Well, they're kind of teasing like fans online, like they're posting together. I mean, it could just be for the show. It could be maybe to
Yeah.
piss off Harry. I don't know what Chase's issue is with Harry, but Chase is such a great guy. I feel like he plays it up for the camera, like he knows the role he's supposed to play. But the
Yes, he's
real
so
villain
goofy.
was Trey. I mean, he was annoying watching him. He was always flipping around. He wouldn't stay
Yeah.
loyal to anyone. He was trash talking the
It's because
team.
I feel like I feel like he was just really game mode. Like, I mean,
Mm,
I think honestly, QT played one of the best games, like mental
mm,
games. Like, she's so smart and brilliant. Like, yeah, and was a little quiet and shy when I met her, but I knew she had so much more going on. And I like watching the show back. I'm like, okay, like she's like a silent killer. She's a
mhm,
silent killer, and she moves like with so much intention. Yeah, and Avery as well too. Like, I don't know, I was sad Tony went home because I feel like people would have loved watching him more too. That was like a bummer
mhm.
seeing him go. He was one of my faves.
What did you think of the host?
He was really funny and he was nice, but I didn't know who he was, and so I was like,
I
yeah.
still don't know who he is. What's his name?
Taylor, Taylor
He
Lawrence. It's not Lawrence, but I want to say Lawrence. But he was actually really cool. Honestly, we had like a. I know I keep saying it like I sound like a broken record, but I feel like we all had a. I mean, I was there for like 4 days, but we all had a really good time together. Like I feel like
Yeah,
we all were like laughing. Like the majority of camp felt like laughing and banter and like a good time, and like rarely did it feel, other than yeah.
I love that. Well, before I let you go, catch us up. Is anything new? We have your 1 year anniversary coming up. How's work going? Just leave us off with maybe your favorite, experience from the show or just something to kind of keep fans up to date.
God, that's a hard one. You asked me like a
I
million
know.
things. Wait, I feel like life is just
Asked you
really
everything.
good. And honestly, after all of this, I feel like I'm ready, as sexy as it does not sound sexy at all, but I feel like I'm ready to go back into like routine and like
Hmm.
simple things. Like I like had so much fun doing all that, and LA was so much fun. And I feel like I'm so lucky to like meet all the people I met. But I think I'm just ready to, yeah, possibly, yeah, just like kind of like, I don't
Get
know, kind of
engaged.
get into more. Yeah, maybe in like a couple years, but I feel like I just want to like have more stability and like safety in my life. And I feel like that's where I'm at, where like I do want a family soon, and like I kind of want like to buy a house, and I'm very like in that stage of my life where I'm like, yeah, just want to like continue working on myself, being like the best, healthiest version, like spending time with friends, family, and like maybe opening up like a floral business and just like cute cottage life, you know?
I love it. Well,
A lot of
everyone go
chores.
follow Irina on Instagram. She has such aesthetic content. She's so much fun. We did get to hang out last week, so thank God. I think that was the first time we met in person. But it doesn't feel like that because you've been on a few
Yeah.
times. But I'm glad that this experience went well for you, and I appreciate you coming on and shedding some light on the season. Thank you all for watching, listening, rate, review, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.